Hi everyone, Nathan here, and today we're going to take a look at the Clarisonic cleansing system, or actually specifically we're going to take a look at the entire Clarisonic brush family. And the Clarisonic is one of those tools that it's actually very unique, and of course there are a lot of cosmetic tools that come out on the market, that promise one thing or another in terms of anti-aging benefits, but the Clarisonic is actually one of those products that really does achieve something that no other product to date has. So we'll talk about how it actually works, what makes it different than a lot of other cleansing brushes or cleansing tools in the market, and of course, whether or not you actually need one. So the Clarisonic is a cleansing brush, and it's actually a whole family. There's used to be just the Clarisonic Classic, and now there is a Clarisonic Mia, and there's actually a few Mias, and then there's even new Clarisonic tools that they're actually coming out with as I'm recording this video. What makes them special is the actual technology behind the Clarisonic, which is in the brush head here. The way it works, and in terms of how it cleanses your skin, is it actually works by vibration. Within the actual tool itself is a system that allows that brush head, just the head, to vibrate at a speed that is considered sonic, or 300 oscillations or vibrations, back and forth movements per second. And that is very, very fast. So what happens is that when you're using it on your face, it actually, the only thing you really feel is that kind of almost massaging-like action here on the brush hairs, and the entire tool itself is not what's vibrating. In fact, even the brush head, this component here, isn't vibrating because it's actually set up just off of the actual device itself. So right there is the big dollar point of Clarisonic, because they do have a patent on this technology, so no other brush tool has it. Now, what makes that special? Actually, first, let's take a look at what all of the different Clarisonics really mean, because it's a pretty simple breakdown. So really, when it comes to the different Clarisonics, what you have is just the differing options of different speeds. With the more high-end Clarisonics, where you're paying about $200 plus, you get the options of 3 different speeds. There is a delicate, kind of a medium, and then a power speed, which is like a sander for your face in a way. But those 3 speeds allow you to kind of custom tailor it a bit. But other than that, there's really not a big difference aside from size. Some of the other models, like the Mias, for example, are smaller, a bit more compact, slightly less battery life as well. But otherwise, if you want to try a Clarisonic, you're curious about it, we'll get to whether or not you will be in a moment, but whether you want to try it, just know that there's not really a big difference there in terms of quality. All of the Clarisonic brushes, they all use the same technology to operate. All of the brush heads work on every single model. It's really just whether or not you want 3 speeds to operate versus just 1. There you go. Now, speaking of the brush heads here, again, all of the brush heads work on any model within the Clarisonic family. And right now there's about 5 different brush heads, and they do come out with limited edition ones, here and there. But you have options, one that's called a delicate brush and one that's called a sensitive, which are actually pretty close. And then you get up into the greater level of abrasive in terms of the firmness and the density of the bristles. So the delicate heads, those are really a good option for those who have sensitive skin. It's kind of a lot like using a washcloth on your face in terms of that that level of abrasion. And you're getting up into the actual normal or the stronger, more potent heads, then you're going to get some real abrasion on your face, and that's not really for everyone. Again, they do have some limited edition ones. My personal favorite, and this is my Clarisonic, full disclosure, I do own one, but my personal favorite is actually their Luxe Cashmere, which is just super soft, and actually the brush heads are really, really long. So it's actually a really mild cleansing process. Very, very much a splurge product in terms of whether or not you actually need one. So let's talk about that. Now, the Clarisonic is, really when it comes to cleansing brushes, that is definitely something that no one needs. A cleansing brush is really one of those things that people consider when they're looking to when they're either looking to, number one, look for a kind of more comfortable cleansing experience, or a more effective one for those who might wear like a lot of sunscreen or a lot of makeup. Maybe you want to make sure you're just getting everything off your face, or maybe you're just one of those people that just likes having little splurge products like this. Either way, nobody needs a Clarisonic. It is, as I mentioned, a total splurge product. You really could technically you could technically get kind of the same benefits from just using a really nice soft washcloth. So there you have it. If you're considering a splurge, or if you happen to have a particularly large gift certificate to Sephora or Amazon, could be worth checking out. Now, a word on the competitors. There are cleansing brushes out there, but as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, no cleansing brush has this type of technology, which is that sonic vibration. That's important because really what you're dealing with from other brands is an oscillating head, one that actually essentially spins around like a sander. And what you get there is a much harder abrasive experience on your face, which can be damaging or irritating, especially if you're someone who has issues like rosacea or who has active breakouts. Another thing to consider is that the lifespan of other competitors, those types of brush tools, oftentimes are not covered by warranty, and then they really don't live as long as Clarisonic. So quality is also something to consider. And then again, this technology, the whole sonic thing, totally unique to Clairsonic. So even though other brands might claim they have sonic cleansing technology, they don't, or at least not as compared to the Clairsonic. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that helped answer some of the questions you have about the Clairsonic. If you do have more, you can always put those in the About section or in the Questions section below. Thanks for watching.